fresh strawberries, fresh juice, fresh. It was always
Where
great
do
stuff.
they have it in salt water? Where do you do it salt water?
Why?
Pump it up and use it for something?
I actually do think there was a salination thing down below where they can use it. We used to have saltwater showers. And you had saltwater showers too. Well, this is, there's a big enlisted mess further aft.
Oh, I see.
Let's see, well, there are only two Marine officers, so.
It comes.
I guess the Navy pilots were all off. Okay, now this we're gonna have to reach down a little more.
The problem with a group this size is we end up with 3 or 4 different conversations going, so I try not to talk till everybody's there. This was the Marine Guard chat. This was where our official duties emanated from. The reason why the Guard chat was here is just around the corner, there's a hatch there, and the Hornet back in the 60s used to carry nuclear weapons. And so the Marines aboard were responsible for security of the nuclear weapons. We had quite a elaborate, perhaps not sophisticated, but an elaborate little identification system before anyone could go in and out nuclear weapons spaces. All the Marines aboard had to have a secret clearance, not a top secret, but a secret clearance. And everything down here was really serious. You know, even when you're 19, 20, 21, not much is serious, but down here was serious. Everything from here that way was what we call Broadway aboard the ship. It was, this was the smoke shop. That was one of the ship's stores. We had a soda fountain down there. It was just the cutest little place in the world for a man of war. It didn't impress me all that much, especially when they came up with these nice little wrought iron chairs for the guys to eat their soft ice cream on. It just took the militarism off the ship as far as I was concerned. But anyway, we had this, we were pretty well armed down here for any sort of immediate action. We had a machine gun and a Browning automatic rifle and all sorts of ammunition and here and there, all to protect that hatch.
This hatch, by the way, is still, some of you didn't hear it, but that hatch behind you there leads down to a rather expansive area where we're stored the tactical nuclear weapons that were carried during the Vietnam War by the ship. Now, the officers and enlisted men from the Navy that worked down there stayed down there. They took their meals down there. It was a very select group.
Well, okay.
Yeah, for the most part.
But they were their own little group anyway.
They never really,
They were.
by order, they simply were not allowed to really associate with too many other people. But the real important issue here is that there was a strict protocol that was dictated by the President to the commanding officer of the ship, to the commanding officer of the Marine Detachment. And I've seen the orders, and they came directly from the President. Obviously, you had to take extreme measures if there was any kind of a security breach, or could be, to get to these nuclear weapons. And we were assigned that duty. As guard officer, I was specifically assigned to that. And one of the things that we had that occurred was that in the fleet, at any given moment, there was always a team from the Navy, the Air Force, and the Atomic Energy Commission that was in constant flight, landing on carriers or even bases that had nuclear weapons to conduct surprise inspections. And even if you were in a combat zone like the South China Sea, they could still do that. If, in fact, that inspection team came to this ship, as they did frequently, and you failed, or in this instance, the Marine failed, on any aspect of our security for protecting those weapons, the guard officer, in this case me, would be automatically court-martialed. It was the end of your career, period.